Buildings. There are a lot of them in the UK. Villages are no exception to the rule, and we've seen loads of different ones on our travels. Not all of them are created equal though. The vast majority of the houses we see are simple enough structures: walls, doors and windows, and a roof over it all. Modern houses are built with roughly the same ideas in mind. However, if everyone lived in the same sort of house built to the same specs, we would live a boring life. Thankfully, designers and architects are constantly coming up with new ideas. This is not something that's new either. Ever since time began, building a home has been an art form, and humans have created some truly wonderful places in which to live. The homes we live in are all important, but some are recognised as being much more historically significant than others. Such dwellings are often given listed building status. You've heard that term, a listed building. I use it all the time in my village videos. But what exactly is a listed building, and why do they exist? Let's explain, and define the different types too. According to Wikipedia, in the United Kingdom, a listed building is a structure of particular architectural or historic interest, deserving of special protection. Such buildings are placed on one of 4 statutory lists maintained by Historic England, hence the term listed building. Essentially, they cannot be altered without permission. Owners of listed buildings are, in some circumstances, compelled to repair and maintain them, and can face criminal prosecution if they don't, or if they damage them purposely. When alterations are permitted, the owners are often required to use specific materials or techniques. It can be a bit of a bind if you live in one. Most listed buildings are dwellings, but there are other structures that have the status. Bridges, monuments, sculptures, war memorials, milestones and mileposts are all common ones. Even the Abbey Road zebra crossing in London, made famous by the Beatles, is also listed. Ancient, military and uninhabited structures, such as Stonehenge for example, are also listed. There are also listed gardens out there. They have their own list. In effect, absolutely anything can be listed if it's deemed to be of historical or architectural importance. The importance of each listed building is also subcategorised. You'll have heard me mention the terms Grade 1 and Grade 2 before in commentary. These are the 2 most common grades. Grade 1 is the highest. They are buildings which are considered to be of the most exceptional interest. Most well-known national landmarks hold a Grade 1 listing. We've covered some of them. The Humber Bridge is a Grade 1 listed building, so too is York Minster, and we've seen both on TVI. Other well-known ones include Blackpool Tower, Tower Bridge and Warwick Castle. Grade 2 listed buildings are too of special interest, but they're not considered to be as exceptionally so. This is currently the lowest grade. There is a third grade sitting between the two. That would be Grade 2 Star, which is applied to those structures which are of more importance than a Grade 2 building, but not quite as important as a Grade 1. Examples of Grade 2 Star buildings include some other world-famous ones like the Middlesbrough Transporter Bridge, Battersea Power Station and the Coliseum Theatre in London. There was formerly a non-statutory Grade 3 which was abolished in 1970. Additionally, there used to be a system that graded buildings A, B and C as opposed to 1, 2 and 3. That was used mainly for Anglican churches, and loosely the ABC system corresponds to Grades 1, 2 and the former Grade 3. A few buildings are still listed using the old system. In 2010, listed buildings accounted for about 2% of every structure in England. There were some 374,000 list entries, of which 92% were Grade 2, 5.5% were Grade 2 Star, and 2.5% were Grade 1. Places of worship make up 14,500 of the total number. Some 45% of all Grade 1 listed structures are churches or other religious buildings. It's an eye-watering number. It's not unusual for historic sites, particularly larger ones, to contain buildings with multiple, sometimes varying designations. A good example is Derwent Valley Mills in Derbyshire. It contains 838 listed buildings within one single site. 16 are listed Grade 1, 42 are Grade 2 Star, and the remaining 780 are Grade 2. A further 9 structures are scheduled monuments. There's a website out there that gives you information about every single listed building. It's called British Listed Buildings and it's linked below. Go have a look. Is your house on there?